Crispin.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Welcome. Sorry to get in here.
That's okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is it a relief to be here, or do you feel like you could keep going at this pace?
Not at this pace. They were going in. They were running flat out. Like, yeah, I think we averaged 10 miles an hour, so that was flat out. But I don't know. Okay. I'm happy to be here. Feels relieved. Oh.
You've run this race both ways now.
Yeah.
Is one way harder than the other, or what can you say
They're
about
different,
that?
and it's been 10 years ago, so it's hard to say.
Okay.
Different dogs, different.
Okay. How happy are you with your race?
Really happy, because the dogs, I wanted them to look great, and the way they came in, I think they look great.
Yeah, they do.
So I'm very happy.
Okay. What makes a guy like you want to run this race, and do you feel like you've succeeded in your what you've set out to do here?
Why I wanted? Well, it's a dog race, and I race dogs. So I was all fall. I wasn't sure if I'm gonna race it or not. If I should do the 300 or the big one. And then the last day of sign up, I was sitting at breakfast and I was like, should we do it? Shouldn't I do it with my wife? And figured, well, let's drive to town and sign up. But just because I had the chance right now, because my parents came over to babysit, then a really good friend of mine that did the Dawson camp 10 times before, like phoned me up, hey, if you do the big quest, I want to do the Dawson camp for you. And then we had a friend of us that was cutting meat for us, and so it was like, everything was in place,
yeah.
And the dogs were already trained, so we're like, okay, let's do it.
So it was a good decision you made there.
Yeah.
Good, man.
And I have 2 young kids, so it's pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
So it's, I probably won't be able to do it in the next few years, so it was kind of like now or never. Or not never, right. But now or in a few years, so
cool.
Sure was the right decision to do.
Do you think you will eventually come back for another quest? I mean, you've done 2 now, so.
I hope so.
Would you like to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably not. Probably going to be a few years, but I definitely would like to.
And is there a direction that you prefer?
Well, I've been thinking about that. I think leaving from here, my dogs, they like to go fast. I think they're going to be all over the place, crashing in all those overflows. So that kind of would suck to leave here. But then the easier trail on the Canadian side would suit my dogs much better to finish. So that would be the advantage. But then on the other side, it's easier for fast dogs to start on an easy trail. So it's kind of both. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Both have pros and cons.
So when we last saw you in Dawson, you told us that it's been a boring run.
Yeah, it's been.
So do you have any stories from the trail at all to share?
There's what? The Yukon River had a big groundstorm for about 35 miles, and that was awesome. There were the 2 leaders there up front, Vitch and Yeti, Vitch and Yeti. There was like no trail, and it was really well marked, you know, but when you're on the shore ice, they put in a marker once a mile because it's pretty obvious to follow. But there was like so much storm that you couldn't see anything anymore. So I think for about 5 hours they were just like cruising along the river, trying to find the trail, and they were just like awesome, those dogs. Just like cheering and hiding them over, and must have given them 200 commands, and I think once I had to go up front and put them on the right way again. And we crossed the jumble ice, like the river there's maybe a mile wide, so we crossed the river without the marker or anything, just across the jumble ice, and they just like went chi around the boulder and then ha around it. It was like just awesome. It wasn't boring, it was really fun.
This is an entirely different dog team than you ran in 2004.
Yeah, totally.
So do you think you'll stick with these dogs?
Well, they were not mine in 2004.
Okay.
They were a friend of mine that I handled for. He wanted them to do the quest, so he asked me if I can do it with his dogs. And those are my dogs, so yes, I definitely stick with those dogs.
It's a little bit more. Is it a little bit more special to have your own team?
Oh yeah, totally different. Because there's not one dog in this team that wasn't born in my yard. So it's they're my babies.
You finished a lot higher than you did last time. You take some pride in that, or?
Well, they're better dogs. Like the other dogs, they were good too, you know. But those are racing dogs, where the other ones were more touring dogs. So.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
There is a dog on your team that I've been admiring since the start, and it's this little gray one right here. Can you?
Citru?
Yeah.
Well, she's like everyone, a really special one, I guess. She's part of my first litter. They were born on Halloween, so there was a witch, there's a ghost spell. Then Citrouille, that's pumpkin in French. And I really wasn't, she had puppies in late September and didn't do any training till early November and did maybe 10, 20 mile runs and one 45 mile run before the race, and that's it. And she ran the whole race. I didn't have one single time I had to massage her. She doesn't have one split. She just didn't have any problem. And that with like 400 miles of training. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm happy that she has pups because she's good.
Can you tell me about some of your other dogs? I mean, you seem to have pretty hardy dogs here.
Yeah, like for example, the white one just beside her is Stork. He's from the second litter. He's probably the toughest dog that you can find. He had a shoulder about 200 miles in Pelly and massaged him the whole way, all the way to Dawson. Then by Dawson he recovered, which is pretty special that he recovered from a shoulder. Not too many dogs do that. But he pulled right through it. And then by, where was it? Circle, because of the Strambolize and all that, he got another shoulder. So, and he still is, has a sore shoulder. He warms out of it and runs just great, but he doesn't feel pain. He has a sore shoulder, but he doesn't even limp. He's probably about as tough as they get.
So when you got to Dawson, you told us you were going to go eat a pound of butter. So what are you going to do here in Fairbanks?
Actually, you guys have a really good Thai restaurant, or a few, so that's the plan for tonight.
Alright. Alright, thanks Crispin.
Okay.
Welcome to Fairbanks.
I'm very happy to be here.
Alright.